Hello there, thanks for joining us here on Ideal World. Today we team up with Planet Cruise to bring you one of my favourite holidays on the entire planet. And I'm not just saying that, I actually got to work 18 years on cruise ships, so it really is in my blood. I absolutely love it. And of course we're joined by our guest today, who spent 12 years himself. So actually between us, Keith, we've got 30 years of cruising experience.
It's a lot of experience.
That is a high five.
Hey.
That is amazing. And I've got to be honest with you, I think today is one of the most interesting shows that we've ever bought. And the reason I say that is because we have such a variety of cruises today.
Yeah, we do. And it really shows, as you say, the depth and breadth of the cruise industry, because we have adult-only cruises. Yeah. You know, we've got a great opportunity to have big family fun events like our Carnival cruise, which Luke's going to be, back out for in a few minutes' time. It's a real great mix, and we've also got the first ever time Voyages to Antiquity featured on the show.
Brilliant,
which is going to be absolutely fantastic, because that really is something very special.
Yeah, well, in fact, if you go more what's special about it, when we get to it, we've got 6 cruises lined up for you, and they are all very different. I really mean this when I say this. We really do think that we've got something for everyone. And we've also got Luke coming in today, who's from Carnival Cruises, so you're going to hear it in all nice words of respect from the horse's mouth. He's not, I promise you, not. He's a lovely fella, and you'll actually get to hear it from the company themselves, why they are one of the leaders when it comes to cruising. Now, when you see a cruise you want, if you think, oh, I want this one, even if it's just to get more information, because obviously we've only got an hour to spend with you on 6 cruises, it's really easy to get hold of the team. They're going to be available on the phone until 10:30 this evening, until 10:30 tonight. So you can make a phone call, of course you can go to the website as well. Now you'll also notice that when we're talking about each of the cruises, there'll be an item number on the screen. If you get the opportunity, write that down, and then when you talk to the team or you go to the website, it's really quick to pinpoint the particular cruise that you're after. So if you look just over there, you can see on that bright blue bar in white writing an ID number. Write those down. It makes it easier for you and easier for the team. They know exactly which cruise you're talking about. Should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do our first cruise. I've got to tell you, one of my favourite cruise lines on the planet, Royal Caribbean. And in fact, aren't you guys considered to be like the top agent for them? We
are, yeah, we do. We sell lots and lots of their cruises, the most in the UK. And so again, if you do want to book a Royal Caribbean cruise, then book it through Planet Cruise.
Now, this first trip is amazing. It's on the Explorer of the Seas. Beautiful, beautiful ship.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're going to have a little look now about the ship itself and, of course, the Royal Caribbean brand. It's an American cruise company, one of the biggest in the world. And again, with Royal Caribbean, the ships are destinations in themselves. You're seeing there the rock climbing wall. You know, we've got the basketball. Many of them have ice rinks on board, Studio B, and they have full ice shows called the Ice Planet, with snow coming down and a cast of over 20 professional ice skaters entertaining you. Loads of great things to do for kids. You've just seen a little child there in the pool. There is loads to do. There's, again, children being looked after from the age of 2 upwards to 16, so that if you go on board as a family, you can go and do something as parents and relax and get time out in adult-only areas, and then let the children be entertained. Then join up, maybe go and get a burger in Johnny Rockets, go and get an Oreo sundae. The bar staff are going to jump up onto the tables and start dancing for you. It's a really great fun atmosphere. And again, you see in the Royal Promenade now, the great thing about the promenade is there's massive street parties down there. You'll see the people dancing. The cruise director will be out there with all the entertainers. There'll be big brass bands, a bit like Mardi Gras happening in the middle of a cruise ship. Great shows in the evening, all singing or dancing. Think of Broadway. And again, you see in the ice show in Studio B brought to life there for you. You really are getting everything included. That's why cruising is such good value, because your food and your entertainment are included in the price that you're seeing on the screen, along with any flights that are involved, any transfers, making it such a easy, complete holiday.
Yeah, I want to make it clear to you that on this particular trip there is some exclusive price reductions. So if you were looking at that price, that cruise going, oh, I could do with one of these, I could really enjoy one of these prices literally dropped this week. We were able to get them under £74 per person per night. You can imagine in the UK, if you go into a hotel for £74 a night, you don't expect a great deal, do you? Your food is included, your entertainment is included. You could be out there in the sunshine, you could be in the pool where you could do your surfing. You've got the rock. You don't have to do any of these things, but they're available to you if you want to go. And of course, if you go as a family, maybe that's the sort of thing the kids want to, or the younger members of family.
Absolutely. Now, it's going to some amazing places. So we're gonna sail from Southampton, which means again you can take as much luggage as you want with you, as many handbags, as many pairs of shoes, as many swimming costumes as you want to change into, and then you're heading across the sea to Rotterdam. That's your first port of call. Now, Rotterdam's great. It was heavily bombed during World War II, so I would say that really, if you want to get a bit of history, if you really want to get a feel for the Netherlands, for Holland, head into Amsterdam. That's your best chance. And this is a beautiful, beautiful city. It has more canals than Venice. It's over 90 different islands. It's joined by 1,280 bridges. Many of them are illuminated by fairy lights at fairy lights at night. Yeah, I'm doing well this morning. Looks like I've been to one of the cafes. And the great thing here is that, again, you can explore a city of wonderful parks. You've got Ooster Park, you've got Vlondel Park. Hire a bike from Map Bike, cycle along. It's very flat, it's very easy to cycle. And then you head out into the tulips, into the windmills, into very friendly locals. It's an amazing place. And a great city to explore. And then you've got the history of Anne Frank's house. You know, you've got all the different museums that you can enjoy as well. An amazing place to go and see. And of course, the best thing to do, see it all from the water. Go and do a canal boat tour. So a relaxing day at sea. And again, as Paul was mentioning, there's so much to do on these ships for all the family. So those sea days are fun. Yeah. Before you then hit your first port in Norway. And this is Uldum. It's a beautiful little village sitting peacefully at the edge of this colossal glacier called Jostedal, and it's Europe's largest ice floe. It covers 188 square miles. It's nearly 2,000 foot thick, and you're seeing this wonderful... do you know the thing about Norway? Nothing we show you, image-wise, nothing we tell you will prepare you for the breathtaking experience that it really is to see it in the flesh. It's incredible. It's so peaceful, so serene. Yeah. And when you're sailing through Norway on a cruise ship, there is always something to see. You won't want to go to bed. This is a great place for you to go and see Uden Lake as well, which is known as Norway's most beautiful lake, and it has this thing called glacier milk that kind of hovers over the top of the surface. Now we're going to Flom. This literally translated means a little place between steep mountains. And it's deep into the Songus Fjord, which is the world's longest and deepest fjord. And again, towering cliffs soaring thousands of miles, waterfalls cascading down into these serene, serene fjords. The actual scenery is spectacular. You can ride on one of the world's steepest railways, hugging the cliff, going through the cliff itself, through these tunnels. You can go and see the goats at Unredal and see how they make the goat's cheese. You can go to Nare Fjord, the world's narrowest fjord, where you can virtually touch the sides as you sail through. It's incredible. Then from Flom, you're going through to Aalesund. Aalesund was basically rebuilt at the beginning of the 20th century because it was damaged by fire. So the whole place is like an Art Nouveau playground, and it's an amazing place to go and explore. There's a little train that will take you up to the top of the local hill where you can look over the whole views. It's got a wonderful, great aquarium down the front where you can go and feed the stingrays and get involved with some of the local wildlife and fish life. But the whole place has got a great fairy tale feel. And then finally, we're heading through to your final port of call, which is Stavanger. And this is the best place to wait to get all your trolls and your Norwegian your wool jumpers. I wasn't calling Paul a troll, ladies and gentlemen. That was referring to the trolls that you can buy. Now, you can actually sail down and see this place. This is Pulpit Rock. My dad would love this being a vicar. You can climb right to the top and you can look at those amazing views. But if you don't want to do the exercise, just sail down the fjord itself. The other one here is this is called the Troll's Tongue, translated as well.
Don't do it.
And again, you can sit on the edge. And get that wonderful photo.
It's like the Grand Canyon in Europe.
It is like the Grand Canyon. Very good description. Then you've got things like the Dormkirk as well. This is Norway's oldest church. Great selection of things to do here in Stavanger. Okay, then another relaxing day at sea, again where all the food's provided, all that entertainment's provided. You can sit out on deck having a cocktail, soaking up the scenery, and then you head back to Southampton. A
couple of notes I'd like to add for you. Sometimes people think fjords and you think mountains and snow, oh, it's going to be freezing cold. No. You can, obviously it depends on the weather that day, but you can literally sunbathe as you're making your way up and down the fjords.
I've had some cracking tans in the fjords.
Oh, one of my favourite things to do, if you can, get yourself a balcony. And on this particular cruise, you can get a balcony from as little as £889. Of course, you can go on the trip itself from as little as £589. But it's one of those places where you want a balcony, you want to see the views. And if you haven't got a balcony, just go to one of the upper decks, sit outside and enjoy a hot chocolate with a splash of brandy in it. Just amazing. And you just watch life go by. It's fantastic. So from as little as £589 per person, there are some exclusive price reductions I mentioned to you earlier. Free car parking when you book Ocean View or above. And of course, there's that balcony special I just mentioned, £889. Go for that if you can. And you can actually add one night at the Meon Valley Marriott in Southampton, so you can get down there early, chill out the night before, and that includes your parking and your port transfers. So £110 saving there compared to the brochure
we should
price.
say on that Meon Valley Marriott price, it is half price. It's an ongoing half price deal that we have at Planet Cruise with the Meon Valley Marriott. So again, extra savings brought to you on the Planet Cruise TV show.
Let me just remind you of the ID number, whether you're going to call us or go to the website, because it's useful in both cases. 77561. 77561, from as little as £5.89. And I really do mean that. That's one of my favourite cruises. Bear in mind, 18 years travelling the globe, and I absolutely love the fjords. Don't underestimate the fjords. Come on, let's go on to Cruise and Maritime right now. And if you don't like the idea of one of the big ships, the modern ships, this is a classic ocean liner. I think it's about 800 passengers on here.
Yeah, it is a much smaller experience. This is cruising in a very different way. You're looking at an old ocean liner, you're looking at a very pared back experience where the focus is on service, is on a smaller ship that can get into more destinations, and is on having, a wonderful experience that's built up by the people on board, by the friendly crew, and by the passengers and friends you're going to make, because cruising is very social. Cruise and Maritime basically been around since 2010, and they are openly appeal for a more mature audience. It's adult only, and this is a great opportunity for you to go and to meet like-minded people. Sterling is the onboard currency, so it's very, very familiar. It is a British cruise company with British-style entertainment. You're going to get West End-style shows in the evening, kind of review shows, and guest UK comics coming on board as well. And you've got a real old-world charm brought to life on board. It's a child-free ship, as we mentioned before. What I love about Cruise and Maritime is there's a lack of pressure for onboard revenue. So sometimes you'll go on cruise lines and there's a push to sell, buy other things. But with this, there isn't. It's very, very laid back. The photographers might be there, but the photographer's not going to hassle you if you want a photo. They're going to say, if you'd like to have a photo, but if not, do your own thing. Very, very friendly crew. Because it's a small company, you're going to bump into the same faces, so it's very much a family atmosphere on board as well. And again, a very traditional British experience, without pretense, without flash, without gimmicks, focused just on the service and on enjoying the actual cruising experience.
It's so affordable, and in fact that price only dropped again today. It was going down to $6.79. It's now $4.99. That's better than half price. Now there is an Easter special available. And it gets around the British Isles, which is fabulous. There are some special cruises too. If you look out for the one on the 29th of August, you've got Garden and Wildlife Cruise, and you've actually got TV shows going to be on board, and some of the presenters will be there, from Really Wild Show, Country File, Autumn Watch. These shows are going to be on board. How cool will that be? So you actually get to meet some of the celebrities from those shows. Itineraries do differ slightly, so just look at the ones that you're going for. But what a brilliant opportunity. From £66 per person per night, you're onto a complete and utter winner. Your savings there are around £650, and you're only spending 499 quid. And again, one of the things I love about that particular line, well, the Marco Polo for me is a favourite ship, and it's a classic. It's an old liner. It's just extraordinary. Take the opportunity to go.
It is. Again, if the idea of cruising for you is based around just having a lovely meal, meeting nice friends, sitting there soaking up the experience and being served at such a high level and watching the world go past, letting all your stress and your worries float away, then this is the one for you, definitely.
Now, we talked about Southampton to Southampton. Right now we're going to do a cruise that's Tilbury to Tilbury, so literally out of the Thames.
Yeah, it is, and a relaxing day at sea at first to enjoy that lovely ship, and then your first port of call is right up the north of Scotland in the Orkney Isles. It's Kirkwall, and this is washed by the furthest reach of the Gulf Stream. It's a chain of over 70 islands, very dramatic landscape, big sea cliffs rearing over 1,000 foot, or these beautiful sweeping white sand beaches. It's a bird lover's paradise, multitudes of seabirds, and some of the best. These are the rings of Brodor, and it's really great if you like prehistoric sites. Really, some of the biggest concentration of prehistoric sites in the whole of Europe. And also, you have one of the best single malts in the world produced here at a Highland Park distillery. I recommend us going and sitting there, a bit of tranquility, and
getting a taxi home.
Actually, taxi back to the ship, and then let the ship taxi you back to the next port. And then your next port, of course, is Stornoway. This is on the island of Lewis in the Outer Hebrides, and again, this is where Harris tweed comes from. So
right.
the best place for you to get yourself maybe a Harris tweed suit. Yeah. It's also, again, home to a lot of beautiful prehistoric sites. Again, more beautiful whiskey, if you'd like. I mean, this could be a whiskey tour if you wanted it to be. I personally, for me, it's all about just going and enjoying the bustling harbour, sitting there, enjoying some of the Harris tweeds, some of the handcrafted goods, and watching the world go past. Next, you're going over to Mull. Mull's probably my favourite island round here. It's one of the biggest of the islands in what they call the Inner Hebrides. Tobermory is the port, and it's very, very beautiful. You see lots of fishing boats bobbing in the harbour area, these brightly coloured houses, and it's your chance to go through to neighbouring Iona, which is the birthplace of Christianity in the UK. And in fact, I got thrown off. I managed to camp there one night and I got thrown off by the farmer. But it's beautiful. It's black sand beaches, really, really beautiful little island, Iona. Great chance to go and see. Then you're going through to Dublin. This is Ireland now, Republic of Ireland, an incredible place where you can go and see the black stuff and where it originates from. And I'm referring to Guinness, beautiful stuff you can drink. And you've got so many different things you can do. You can go through to the Goal there. You can go and see the wonderful countryside outside. For me, it's all about going to Trinity College, seeing the Book of Kells, going through and seeing Dublin Castle as well, one of the oldest surviving castles in Ireland, dating back to the 13th century. Great place to enjoy. Then we're going through to the Scilly Isles. Now, this is quite rare. They just sit off the coast of Cornwall. Very rare chance to go and see them. And they're beautiful. Most of them are uninhabited. White sand beaches, tranquil waters, stunning, stunning seascapes. And you're going to go through to Hugh, which is considered the capital of the islands. And again, this is great to go and see birds. Lots of birds. And I'm talking about the fluffy ones that fly around. Then we're going through to St. Peter's Port in Guernsey. And Guernsey, again, is beautiful. This is one of the prettiest ports. It's only 8 miles off the coast of France. What I love about this is you've got a great chance to go and see Victor Hugo's house. He was in exile here from Paris for several years. Halterville House, that's worth doing. And also go and do a tour of all the German forts. This was the only place in the UK to be occupied by the Germans during World War II. A lot of people don't know that, so you can go and see all the different forts that dot the island and do it on the buses. It's £1 to take you all the way around. And there's only 2 buses. One goes one way, one goes the other, so you can't get lost. Then apart from that, you then go to Honfleur, over to France. And of course, Honfleur inspired so many different artists, and you'll see why. It's a beautiful little medieval wall town, gorgeous. And
as you are going around the United Kingdom, you might be thinking, you know, oh, I never know what clothes to take because it can be cold. Well, the great thing is it's Tilbury to Tilbury. It's out on the Thames, so you can take as much luggage as you want. You haven't got to worry about flying anywhere. And again, bear in mind, this is a great classic liner. It's an ocean-going ship, only 800 passengers on board. You've got those classic teak decks on there. I think you'll absolutely love it. And of course, it's better than half price. That price just dropped today. It was going to be $6.59. We've got it down to $4.99. So it really is massive savings that we're looking at on there. And don't forget, you have got the opportunity to enjoy that cruise with a really wild show, Countryfile and Autumn Watch on. And if you're thinking of going on the August departure, you can actually get that for a deposit only.
Adult only as well. Remember that. This is an adult only cruise, which is a great opportunity for people.
If you're looking for a little bit of peace and quiet, then that could certainly be the one for you to go for. Let's just remind you of the amazing saving on that cruise, though. Phenomenal opportunity. And again, that's Cruise and Maritime. Don't forget, you've got item numbers for each of these. Now, the ID number for this one is 75653. 75653. 9 nights for £500. Brilliant, brilliant opportunity. By the way, if you're saying, how do I get hold of them? Their number is there at the bottom of the screen, 0800 781 5458, or you can always go to the website. And if you've got any questions that we don't answer, because obviously Keith's got a very short amount of time to share an entire cruise with you, 9 nights in about 6 minutes, then just call the team. Any questions, think, oh, can I fly from here? Can I go from there? How do I get here? Transfers included. Call the team and just ask those questions.
Absolutely, please do that. And again, you can get in touch with me on Twitter as well, at @BeefyKeefy. And one of the big things that's coming up, Paul, is we're going to be on Britannia. As you know, it's literally just crossing cows at the moment. It's coming in. So that's a really big thing, and I'm going to be on there filming on Monday and at the ceremony on Tuesday. So again, if you follow us on Twitter, at BeefyKeefy, you'll be able to get loads of updates about that beautiful new ship for P&O.
Now, we're going to move on to our next cruise, cruise number 3. This is the first time we brought it to air.
Yeah, Voyages to Antiquity. Again, a wonderful cruise company that have been around for, you know, for several years, but they're very specialist in what they do, and they offer a fantastic opportunity for people to really explore, particularly the Eastern Mediterranean and different parts of the world in real depth. They have one ship, the Aegean Odyssey, which you're seeing pictures of now, and the great thing about this is that it's what we call, in a sense, more inclusive cruising, Paul, because you're going to not believe this, but you get for the price on screen not only a great chance to see all these ports in depth, but you also get all your tips included, you get your wine and you get your beer on all your meals, so you get your drinks supplied while you're having your meals, and you get tours, and at least one tour per port, plus sometimes there's more than one tour to choose from. They are included in the price. So it's incredibly good value. So basically all the big hitters for these ports that you're going to, you get to explore them. So really you're not getting any extra costs on the price of what you're seeing there.
So if you enjoy history, culture, the natural wonders of the world, you're looking for a cruise that's destination rich. This is
it. They have a couple of guest speakers on board because they don't do shows in the evening. They have classical music, they have nice piano reviews as you're seeing here. Yeah. What they focus on is the guest speakers and a great relaxing environment for people to enjoy. And these guest speakers, people from the University of London, Arabic expert, Islamic art experts as well, will actually bring to life these places that you're getting to visit. It's incredible. Beautiful little ship, and it's a great thing if you are a solo traveller because they don't penalise single travellers.
That's unusual.
So the single prices on this are very, very, very good.
When we say smaller ship, how many guests are we looking at?
We're only looking at 350 guests. Though the ship is built to take 500, when they completely refitted it, and they refitted it and gave more space to the 350 rather than cramming in 500. It's absolutely brilliant.
So, you know, if you're after a cruise where you aren't feeling like there's lots and lots of people on board, this is one to consider. Let's go on the ship and have a look around it.
Better way to start a voyage to the Aegean than with a 2-night hotel stay in Istanbul. You'll have time to soak up the atmosphere of this vibrant city, visit the stunning Hagia Sophia, and enter a mystical and intriguing world in the famous Grand Bazaar. On your first day at sea, you will sail through the Dardanelles and past Mount Athos on the way to Thessalonica, home to some of the most sparkling examples of Byzantine artistic endeavour and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Next, you will call at Volos for an unforgettable visit to the mountain-top monasteries of Meteora. The name literally means suspended in midair, and these majestic sandstone columns in the sky soar up over 1,000 feet above sea level. Then set sail for Skiathos, a small Greek island in the northwest Aegean Sea, where you will enjoy a free morning. Take a stroll around the walled town and perhaps sample the local olives, honey and almond sweets. In Athens, you can discover the ancient Acropolis and some of the site's most important buildings, including the Parthenon, the Erechtheion and the Temple of Athens. If you wish to do something different, then our half-day Byzantine Athens tour is the ideal choice and is also included. Santorini is next on your itinerary, and your included tour here features the recently reopened Minoan settlement of Akrotiri. For an insight into the culture that laid the foundation for Greek civilization. From Fira, the island's capital, enjoy a magnificent panoramic view of the 18 kilometers long caldera. The island of Rhodes is next, and a visit to the old town and Grand Master's palace will reveal the role of Rhodes as a strategic crossroads in Crusader times. Back in Turkey, at the port of Fethiye, discover the ancient centre of prophecy called Tel Messos, and from Kusadasi, visit the city of Ephesus, one of the best preserved sites in the Aegean, and in its heyday on a par with Athens and Rome. This magnificent exploration of the Aegean ends with a choice of included tours from Çanakkale, a visit to Gallipoli in the year of its centenary to see the moving battlefields and war memorials of World War I, or to the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Troy, which has fired the imagination of poets over thousands of years. Guest speakers on this voyage are Dr. David Price Williams, one of our most popular speakers, and an expert on the Eastern Mediterranean and all aspects of Near Eastern culture, history and archaeology. And Rachel Ward, an expert on Islamic art and an ADFAS accredited lecturer.
Great. Could you maybe tell us about some of the tours we get?
Yeah, because again, the big thing about this, and this is why it makes it such good value, is the fact that there's so many free tours included. So let me give you very quickly an idea. So in Thessaloniki, your first port, you get a city tour, chance to see all that lovely Byzantine architecture. Then when you're in Volos, you go to see the Meteora monasteries. Many of those are uninhabited. They used to have literally they take you up in a basket, but now they've cut some stairs in, so it's quite good fun. Skiathos is a great day just to relax, because it's a very, very small island, beautiful. But Athens, then you get an Acropolis tour added. And again, I'm just mentioning some of them. There are options in some of these ports as well. In Santorini, you get a chance to go to Akrotiri, which is a beautiful set of remains, one of the best in Greece. Then you go through to Rhodes, and in Rhodes you get a chance to go to Lindos, to go to the Acropolis, one of the best views in the whole of Greece. Again, that is included. You get a great chance then to go through and get a chance to go to the ancient cities of Patara and Xanthos as well. When you get to Ephesus in Chrysadasi,
that's amazing.
You're getting a great chance to go through to Ephesus and have a tour to explore that in one of the greatest preserved classical cities in the libraries of Celsus. All of this is included. All of this is included in the price you're seeing on the screen. It's what I find is so incredible. And then finally, Chinakili, you're getting a chance to go and explore the Gallipoli monuments. So again, right the way through the Dardanelles, you've got all the different cemeteries there, all the different monuments, and to really pay your respects to that war, kind of series of war sites from World War I, where Mustafa Ataturk, the father of Turks, made his name.
I was lucky enough to do that itinerary for around 2 years, and it is a big thumbs up for it. It's really, if you love history, you love culture, that's one to consider. Exclusive free onboard spend of $250. That's if you go for, well, that's for the cabins, and that is exclusive with Planet Cruise. You've got return flights from London, plus overseas transfers included. You've got your single special on that as well, £2,189, so you haven't got to worry about doubling the price just because you're on your own. And we can add up to a 2-night stay in Istanbul, as mentioned in the video. You just call the team, the number's at the bottom of the screen, call the team and talk about the details. Let's go through the ID number on this one. It's on the left-hand side on that blue bar, 96004. 96004. And again, anything we don't cover, and you think, oh, if only I knew this, call the team. They're going to be there till 10:30 tonight to talk to you. It's easy to get in touch with us as well. 3 easy ways to do that. You can sign up for the newsletter, which I personally recommend, because then you get an email every now and again. It's not every day, every now and again, and they'll make sure you're up to date on some of those great deals. Of course, you've got the opportunity to call. Why not ask for that free brochure? See what some of the cruises are so you can plan the future. And of course, you've also got the opportunity to go to the website. And they've also got things like Facebook and Twitter. And they've got a, Planet Cruise have a YouTube channel as well, which is brilliant, because then you can see some of the holidays. But let me introduce you a very important man today. We've got Luke with us, who's from Carnival.
Hey.
I haven't told you this yet, Luke, but my very first cruise...
Yeah, Carnival.
Carnival holiday.
Wow,
Loved it. And we're talking, what, 25 years ago? Loved it.
And it's such a great part. I mean, it's evolved so much over the years, but that core ethos of fun still remains on everything that we do. So.
My experience of it, you know, this is 25 years ago,
Yeah.
and I don't know how you've evolved, because I haven't been probably on a Carnival ship for about 10 years, but I always think of you as being Las Vegas at sea.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is that very American resort feel on board. It's very informal, very chilled out, but at the same time, you've got great quality shows, great quality restaurants, the bars, the entertainment. Everything is a little bit more lively, a little bit more social than a traditional cruise company, because we're not traditional. We are fun,
you're
informal.
You're
I mean, we're the biggest
way.
cruise line in the world. We have more ships, more passengers than anybody else, and we kind of pioneered that. Bringing cruising to the masses. Like back in the day, cruising was obviously seen as a very elite sort of thing to do, and it was quite an expensive holiday, whereas Carnival kind of went, well, actually, everyone should enjoy a cruise. So we started doing a lot of more shorter cruises to the Caribbean, and it's evolved into that.
That was my first one, 7 days around the Caribbean. Let's take a moment to see the itinerary on this. This is brilliant, because this is 2 weeks. You've got a week on land and then a week on board.
Absolutely.
You do. So we're flying you out to Orlando. You're going to have a car hire here. And again, this is all included in the price. So get your head round this, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you watching back at home, £979, including a 5-day star in a brilliant location in Orlando. Orlando with that car hire, and you're going to get literally a chance then to explore Orlando, to go out and explore all those different theme parks. This is why it's such a good holiday, this, for the family or just for fun-loving people. Again, what can you go and see? Well, you can go and see all the different Walt Disney Worlds, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, the Animal Kingdom. Maybe go through to see Legoland, which would be one of my favourites. Watch Gator Wrestling at Gatorland. Get personal and up close with the penguins and the sharks and the dolphins and the flamingos, and swim with the dolphins themselves at SeaWorld. Or maybe go and swig some butterbeer at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It's an incredible chance for you to get involved in a magical world, what we call a world of adrenaline-pumped fantasy. If you love to live in the world of fantasy, this is it. This is great. Forget 50 Shades of Grey. This is your holiday. This really, really is. So, you've had that 5 days there in Orlando. You've had that great opportunity, and now we're heading you off onto Carnival's Sunshine, a wonderful ship. £100 million they spent updating this ship.
Luke, do you want to talk around the ship?
Absolutely. I mean, this was, like Keith said, this was the biggest industry refit ever. I mean, the onboard facilities are incredible. You've got fantastic, the atrium there you can see with the lifts that go up multiple decks, and it's a real sort of focal point of the ship. But the atmosphere on board is so chilled out, so relaxed, great for families, like I said, great for fun-loving people. And it is that atmosphere. It's more social, it's more relaxed, it's more chilled out. The casinos are bigger, the shows are bigger, the bars are more plentiful. You've got the water parks on board. You've got the comedy clubs. I mean, honestly, there's so many different facilities. The kids' clubs especially are incredible. We've got a brand new partnership with Dr. Zeus on board.
Oh, wow.
Out-of-hours babysitting services till 3 in the morning. So the kind of ethos is you're going on a family holiday potentially, but the parents can have a holiday as well as the kids having a holiday.
Brilliant idea.
So you've got adult-only areas with no charge, where a lot of cruise lines charge you £10 to £15 per person per day. We don't. There's value for money on board is absolutely phenomenal.
You've got those wonderful dueling bars that I love at the top as well. haven't you?
Yeah.
What are dueling bars? What are dueling bars?
One side of the deck, you've got the Red Frog bar, rum bar rather, and then on the other side you've got the Blue Iguana tequila bar. And then during different parts of the day, they'll have like dance-offs and sing-offs and like cocktail-offs, and you can see how many people they can get to each bar. And that main pool area is kind of the heartbeat of the ship. You've got the celebrity burger joint out there, you've got the Mexican cantina, all of the bars, the big dive-in movie
wok
screen.
as well on board, haven't you? That's
wok.
amazing.
Even our specialty dining restaurants are free at lunchtime.
And the key part of that was, in 25 years ago it was called the Fun Ships, but it's still fun for all and all for fun.
It is the Fun Ship still. We've recently done a massive reinvestment in the whole fleet, and it's now like the Fun Ship 2.0. It's like fun ships taken to the next level.
Well, let's go to the cruise itself. Let's have a look at the itinerary.
So again, you've had a wonderful 5 days in Orlando, to remind you, all included in the price with the car hire. Then you're getting on board this amazing ship that Luke's just described so well. Relaxing day at sea to enjoy everything on board the ship, those bars, all those wonderful adult-only areas. And then you're in your first port of call. It's Mexico. It's an island just off Mexico. It's one of my favourite places to dive in the world, Cozumel. This is incredible. And if you are a scuba diver, drift diving here is the best in the world. But this is also your chance to see the Mayan temples of the interior. This is your chance to go and enjoy the Chacanab National Park, go and swim with dolphins, maybe go through to the San Miguel Museum and see a replica Mayan village. If you're an Indiana Jones fan, then you know, definitely stay out of light aircraft and get involved with Cozumel. And then we're going to go through to Mahogany Bay. Roatan, and this is great. A lot of places people learn to dive here, and it's a great opportunity for you to
I swam with dolphins here.
Did you?
Yeah.
This is what it's got, one of the largest reefs offshore in the world that you can enjoy, and it's a great place to swim with dolphins, to get involved with the beautiful underwater world, or just to relax on a beach in a hammock. Great place. Then you're going through to Belize, and this is right at the base of what we call the Yucatan Peninsula. And again, it's dense forest, dotted, peppered, if you like, with Mayan ruins. It's also a home to an amazing abundance of different wildlife. If you go to the Belize Zoo, you've got 29 acres of jungle, and you've got these paths right through the jungle where you can see amazing big cats like this, where you can go see howler monkeys, storks, ocelots, jaguars. It's an incredible place. Then you can take a motorbike ride through the Old Belize River as well, and see waterways teeming with crocodiles and iguanas sunning themselves, sunbathing on the rocks. Then we're going through to Costa Maya, and this is a sleepy little village, but again, the chance for you to head into the dense tropical rainforest, and it's here that I would recommend that you go and see the Mayan civilization brought to life. Go and explore some of the forgotten, lost cities that they abandoned. We still don't know why they abandoned them, but you've got these huge step pyramids, these plazas, these places. They were keen astronomers, and the actual design, we're still not even sure how they managed to build them. You know, they're a bit like the pyramids in Egypt. The actual design is incredible. It could have even been aliens. We're never even sure. This is a great chance as well for you to go and enjoy pristine beaches, maybe go through to the Orvieto Beach Club, which is one of the most luxurious resorts where you can lay on a lounger, relax in a hammock, swim in the ocean, play volleyball, or just have a cocktail.
This is an amazing family deal, kind of really doing a brilliant job here. Don't forget, Planet Cruise give you an exclusive offer, so you get an upgrade from inside to balcony. So you're talking less than £1,000 for a week in the US and a week on a cruise ship. That is insane value for money. Under £1,000. Your ID number for this is 84945. 84945. Exclusive offer there for that free upgrade. So you are going to get a balcony for under £1,000, and of course you've got the car included when you're on in your trip to Orlando as well. And if you are thinking, oh, we want other dates, there are other dates available. Just call the team. That number's there at the bottom of the screen, and we can get other dates available to you. Yeah. Luke, I really appreciate you coming in today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. And don't you go anywhere, because we've got a couple more cruises to cover, yeah? Let's go through some of the ways you can get hold of us. First of all, the phone number's there at the bottom of the screen, but of course you can go to the website as well. Nice thing about going to the website is you can see some of the cruises from the past. You're going to have an opportunity to see video clips, so you can actually catch up on information. Don't forget you can go to the YouTube channel as well. I'm a big fan of that, because then you can actually see in a video what it is you're going to see about the ship, about the brand. You're going to see some of the destinations too. But let's go on to another part of the Carnival family. This is Princess Cruises.
Yeah, on board the Caribbean Princess, we're going to show you some wonderful footage now. This American cruise company, again, they've been around for many years, and this is incredible because you're going to get a chance to enjoy a ship which basically is built around what we call the piazza. It's the centre of the ship. It's this kind of Italian market square atmosphere where you'll have spontaneous performances. A sword swallower will suddenly start swallowing a sword. You know, you might have a BMXer suddenly start doing tricks in the middle, and you'll be sitting there having a glass of wine at Vines, having a little bit of tapas, and suddenly this performance just erupts in front of your eyes. They've also brought lots of new things into the industry at Princess, including the huge, great outdoor cinema screens where you watch concerts and films late at night, and you can have popcorn and just enjoy something under the stars. A great chance to have what we call the chef's table, where you sit there and a chef will cook just for 12 of you, show you the menu and take you through it step by step. Again, we are the #1 agent in the UK for Princess Cruises, and this is why it's so good to book on the show through Planet Cruise. You can relax, of course, you can enjoy the service, the great comedy, the great entertainment. The shows are famous throughout the industry for being very high quality. And again, a great abundance of different things to do. Remember, as always with cruising, your food is included, your entertainment is included. And if you are there with a family, all the kids' activities are included as well, and they'll be looked after. So it is a holiday for the whole family. It's romantic. It's fun, and again, if you want to cruise solo like I do so often, you'll meet loads of people. It's a great way of making friends as you travel.
Well, you say it's romantic. I actually proposed to my wife on a Princess cruise ship, and she said yes. And actually, even more, I was actually cruise director on board, and I did it in front of about 2,000 passengers after one of the shows. Imagine if she'd said no pressure. That would have gone very wrong, wouldn't it? I won't tell you how much I had to drink afterwards. But the other thing I like about this particular cruise is that it's Southampton, but you've got a few days at sea at the beginning and the end, so you can really relax on this
Exactly,
trip.
and you know, sometimes people are scared of those days at sea, but as you and I both know, Paul, very often, you know, the best days that you have are at sea because you get a chance just to enjoy the ship. There's no worries, there's no pressure. It literally is such a different pace of life that all the stresses just fall away, and whether you want to sit and read a book, whether you want to sit in the bar, watch a game of football in the pub, or whether you just want to, you know, read a book or go and see a show or do some arts and crafts, you can do whatever you want.
If you think I wouldn't mind trying it, I can just let you know this, a really clear message to you. It's one of the biggest savings ever. we're talking, I know you're looking at 799. It's not 1 week, it's a 2-week cruise for 799. It's better than half price. And in fact, in all fairness, it's under £58 per person per night. Brilliant deal.
Absolutely incredible. You've got those days at sea as you sail around to Barcelona. Great chance for you to join and to enjoy this amazing unfinished masterpiece, courtesy of Gaudi, with his great cathedral and several homes that he's built around there. And what I would say here is, for me, don't forget it's got great beaches. It's got some of the best urban beaches in the world, according to National Geographic. You can go through to Barcelona. From there, you can take the cable car and you can head up to Montjuic for amazing views of the city. You can head out to Montserrat, the Holy Mountain as well. And again, this is the area of Catalan, Spain. It's very different to the rest of Spain. It's a great place to sit and have a coffee, eat some tapas, watch the world go by, wander down Las Ramblas with all the street performers, maybe head into the wonderful market La Buquera, which you're seeing pictures of now. It's over 900 years old. Great place to see the locals interact, and a great place to get some fresh Spanish produce. The size of a tomatoes. Oh, you've never seen tomatoes like them. And the chorizo. Ooh, odyssey. Oh, now, great chance then to head out from Barcelona and go through to Corsica. Yeah. Now this island gave birth to Napoleon Bonaparte, who nearly changed the world. Some would say he did. And he used to write home letters to Josephine, and he would talk about, you know, how this island smelled. And it smells of thyme and honeysuckle and many other things. It's a beautiful place to sail into. Great chance for you to enjoy some sweet honey cakes, to try some Corsican plum wine, to try the spicy sausage, and to enjoy all the little beaches that dot the area, or head into the mainland and explore Prunidi Gorge and Europe's only tortoise protection sanctuary.
And then we go to Rome. What an amazing city.
The Eternal City. It's incredible. So much to see and do here. Whether you're tossing your coin into the Trevi Fountain, whether you're climbing the Spanish Steps, whether you're going to say hello to the Pope at the Vatican City and staring up at the Sistine Chapel, or just enjoying a gelato in one of the great squares. There's so much to do here. Then you're heading out after Rome. After you've seen that mighty Colosseum where the gladiators used to fight, and you know, and imagine the thumb going up or going down to decide whether you lived or died. It's incredible. Then you're going through to your next port of call, which is Livorno. The port is Livorno. This gives you a chance to do three things really. You can either head out into the Tuscan countryside, or you can go through to Florence, the magical city. The whole city is like an outdoor museum, and you'll see in the Duomo there, one of the what we call Italy's big three. Climbing up there and looking at the view out from a Duomo is absolutely incredible. Florence is great, the Ponte Vecchio Bridge of all the jewellery sellers that you could go and explore. You could also go through into Pisa.
Yeah, that's right.
And here you can get the picture holding up, everyone gets it, and they stick it on Facebook, of them holding up the Leaning Tower.
Yeah, I've seen people do that.
Yeah, I'm sure people are nodding at home that they've done that, but it's great to do, and you need to do that. So lots to do from Livorno. Then you can head out from Livorno, the next port of call back on board the ship is through to Genoa, and this is the northwestern coast of Italy. It's an ancient maritime city. It's known for its architecture, its history, its music. It's the birthplace of Christopher Columbus. It's also the birthplace of focaccia and pesto, so it's a great place to go and eat. And ladies, you will love it because it's great for shopping. Really, really good. Great bargains can be had here. Great little harbour. If you want to do one thing, take the Bigo lift, what they call the Bigo lift in the harbour, and it soars up and spirals all the way up and gives you great views. And then finally, we're going from Italy across to France, a great walking city with an amazing harbour is Marseille. Great chance for you to go and enjoy the Notre Dame Basilica right at the top there. You can see at the back of the photo, and it gives you great views. Then from France, another country, we're now going back to kind of Spain stroke England, because it's Gibraltar.
Yeah, the Rock.
Wonderful chance for you to enjoy the Rock, for you to see this little piece of Portsmouth which has been sliced off. There's one of my holiday snaps, and you know, it's a great chance for you to... Yes, a selfie, thanks Paul, yeah. You can explore both inside the Rock and out, and of course get your duty free. It's a perfect chance to stock up on your duty free. But we're just sailing back to Southampton, so get involved, you know, go and buy yourself a nice bottle of gin. Go to Marks and Spencer's, bring me back some Percy Pigs.
Yeah, don't forget, this is Southampton to Southampton, so the ship is magical. I remember seeing that for the very first time, and it took my breath away. It was such an unusual ship to see, and of course many people have gone on to build ships that look similar to that. It was a flagship, a leader when that came out. Today you can get that. Come on, it's over £1,000 saving. $7.99 is for 2 weeks. You could easily be forgiven for thinking that's got to be for a week. It's for 2 weeks. Take advantage of it. It's better than half price. It really is huge savings.
It's funny you talk about romance, Paul, because one of the big things to do now is to get married at sea, and you can do that with Princess. They have a Hearts and Minds wedding chapel on board, and it's actually a really good cost-effective way of actually getting married, because you can do it at sea, you can have everything done at sea, get married by the captain, have the wonderful reception as well. Imagine doing that on a 2-week cruise with your family around you.
Well, there's your price. You get married on the first or second day, and then you go honeymoon all there. Yeah. $7.99 is where that price starts, so take advantage of it. And of course, we've got May, July and August. If you need other dates, then just call the team. 0800 781 5458. Let's show you the ID number for this. It's 78440. 78440, and that is phenomenal value for money. I talk about phenomenal value for money. We're now going to talk about a 30... come on, this is like getting a month's holiday now. That's what this is really
an
about.
Incredible price. Again, with Holland America, a 5-star. We're now looking at a 5-star cruise company. And this is the farewell voyage of what has been a wonderful service to the company, the Rhine-Dam.
When we say farewell voyage, we literally mean it is its last cruise as a Holland America cruise ship. And actually, it's not that old, is it? It's only, what, 20 years old?
It's only just over 20 years old, you're right. And in fact, I got a chance to explore it a few months ago, and here's what I thought. Amidst the huge choice that's now available within cruising, Holland America Line offers an experience that's quite unique. It's premium class, but not pretentious. It's elite without being expensive. And with a proud history stretching back over 140 years, Holland America Line is perfect for the discerning traveller who loves to see the world from the comfort of an elegant hotel at sea. Known for the most extensive menus at sea, served gracefully in elegant restaurants. Thank you.
Bon appetit.
Holland America Line offer a plethora of excellent dining options. In the main dining rooms, guests may choose from fixed or flexible dining times, and the service is always gracious and the menu both varied and delicious. Fans of Italian food will salivate at the offerings from Canaletto's, and everyone will enjoy the steak and seafood of the wonderful Pinnacle Grill. Enjoying a few drinks in the company of friends both old and new is one of the highlights of any cruise. For some it might be a glass of bubbly or a tasty martini in mix, whilst for others a pre-show tipple in the ocean bar will be just what the doctor ordered. Whichever location you choose, expert bartenders will remember your preferred cocktail, or they'll help you discover a new favourite. Holland America's latest trump card is On Location, which brings the ports you visit alive through regionally inspired cookery classes, artisan workshops and local entertainment. You can experience steel drum lessons in the Caribbean, or Tai Chi classes in Asia, or a legendary ketchup dance in Bali. The evenings on board glitter with so many choices, with live music, thrilling stage shows and the ever-popular Dancing with the Stars at Sea programme. Bored? Not a chance. It's about getting the little things right, and nowhere is this more obvious than the accommodation. All Holland America Line staterooms have premium plush Eurotop mattresses, 100% Egyptian cotton bed linens, extra fluffy towels and deluxe terry bathrobes. Recent additions include innovative massage shower heads, lighted magnifying makeup mirrors and stylish hair dryers. And of course, your complimentary fruit basket.
Cool.
Love that sound effect.
That's 30 days, a month away. And I've got to share with you this. We're lucky enough that my wife and I, we went on Holland America. It was a little break, we got away. And for us, it was the best food we've ever had on cruise ships. And bear in mind, I did 18 years at sea. My wife was a dancer on the cruise ships for years and years and years. Love their food.
It's 5-star, and you're seeing that from the dining through to the accommodation, all the little extra touches they give you. OK, let's see where we're going, because you're flying out to Venice, and then from Venice, you've got a great chance to spend a wonderful virtual full month on board the ship. Your first port of call is Split. It's right in the heart of the Dalmatian region. This is the Adriatic seaside with palm trees. Most of the population in their 20s. It's a university city. It's got a young, vibrant feel. Big thing to do here, Diocletian's Palace and Cellar. This incredible walled palace that was built by Diocletian thousands of years ago. Or just stroll the river, the bustling water promenade, sit and get a coffee, watch the world go past. OK, then from Split, go through to Dubrovnik, this amazing walled city in the heart of Croatia. It's a great walking city. If you like Game of Thrones, a lot of King's Landing is filmed here. You can walk the walls. It's over 1.4 miles all the way around. The views are incredible. Sit and get a Kavalako, a Croatian beer, and watch the world go past. Explore the inside. It's a car-free zone where, basically like Venice, but the canals are cobbled streets, full of little quirky churches and chapels. It's amazing. Then from Dubrovnik, and forgive me for going so quickly, but there's so many ports to cover in such a short time. We're going through to Corfu, one of the most beautiful islands in the Mediterranean. In fact, Shakespeare a Shakespeare set one of his most famous plays here, The Tempest. And in fact, you've got millions of silvery olive trees gracing the hillside, lemon blossom perfuming the air, great views from Bella Vista, one of the most famous lookout points, and then you've got the Achillean Palace, which is renowned for its architecture, and of course was featured in For Your Eyes Only by James Bond. And in fact, is the birthplace of Prince Philip. Then we're going through, you've got a relaxing day at sea before we then go and cruise through the Suez Canal.
And that's a port of call in itself,
It
really,
is,
isn't it?
absolutely, Paul, you're totally right. And the experience, very often you get a commentary as you sail through, the captain or a historical lecturer will point out what's going on. You'll sail literally right the way through. It's like you're sailing a ship through the desert.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. And you'll see remnants of various wars littered along the side there, the occasional tank or something there, and for the various conflicts. You'll see locals waving as they go past with their camels. It's incredible. And what I'd say is take water out there. It gets incredibly hot. It reaches 29 degrees Celsius. But an amazing chance to have your cameras ready. Relaxing day at sea before we go to one of my favourite places, Aqaba. Incredible. Spending a day in Jordan is a rare pleasure.
Yeah.
And I've heard many people say that. And it's a great opportunity for you to explore the Red Rose City. I mean, beautiful, beautiful chance. Petra, again, featured in one of the famous Indiana Jones movies. You can walk down into the heart of this ancient city. Then you can go and explore the Wadi Rum, which of course was made famous as Seven Pillars. Lawrence of Arabia, exactly. That's exactly where he came from. Well, not where he came from, but that's where he fought out of for many, many years. Yeah. Then from Aqaba, that incredible place, you're then getting a relaxing couple of days at sea before we go through to Oman. Salaha. This is an abundance of oasis where tropical fruits grow abundantly. The city's surrounded by coconut, banana, guava and papaya groves with these endless white beaches and some really good-looking locals. OK, relaxing day at sea before we go through to Muscat. Got the hump. Oman. It's ancient world. Muscat would have been regarded on a par with Rome. It's an incredible place. In fact, it was a favourite of the Queen of Sheba, no less. You can stroll the Mutra Kanish, you can haggle in the Mutra Souk, or you can take a 4x4 into the red sandstone mountains or swim in a crystal wadi pool. Relaxing day at sea before we then go to Goa, India, the beach capital of India. This was colonised by the Portuguese, and you get this wonderful old Portuguese kind of architecture, and you get these wonderful beaches that stretch for miles. I love Goa. I've spent several months here on several different years, and it's a great place to kick back and enjoy what they call Sosa Grande, which is take it easy. That's the local motto. Then you're going through to New Mangalore. This is India. This is India surrounded by coconut and ashoka and palm trees and the wonderful Sahyadri Mountains. Majestic rivers flowing through to the Arabian Sea. It will dazzle you with 11th century temples and palm-lined beaches and the stunning Alonius Chapel, which is considered to be on a par with the Sistine Chapel in Rome. Then you're going to go through to Cochin, again in India now, an incredible chance for you to explore Kerala, which is a magical area. And again, you've got the ancient mariners' influence here, people from the Middle East and China and Europe. They've all left this mark on this beautiful city. Fort Cochin is definitely worth exploring, the oldest European settlement. You've got the Chinese fishing nets, which are incredible to go and see. And if you head into Fort Cochin, you get Tudor houses, would you believe, temples and churches. It's incredible. Or do a backwaters cruise for what they call the backwaters of Kerala, a gorgeous network of canals. I've got to move on, sadly. Relaxing day at sea before we go through to Sri Lanka. This is Colombo. This is the origin of serendipity, that word, that's where it comes from, Sri Lanka. White beaches, lush tropical forests, fragrant gardens of cinnamon and clove. Elephant orphanage that you can go and enjoy these wonderful little friendly chaps and feed them, and they'll wrap their trunk round you and give you a hug in thanks. Relaxing days at sea, again to enjoy this wonderful ship on this farewell cruise with a great party atmosphere before you go through to Malaysia, Penang. It's called Penang because of the nut that the locals chew that stains their teeth slightly orange. Great chance for you to explore the city. There's lots of quirky architecture by a Lithuanian-born architect. And there's the Street of Harmony, where you're going to get a mosque, an Indian temple, a Chinese temple, and an Anglican church next door to each other. It's incredible. Then you're going through to Kuala Lumpur.
KL.
Kuala Lumpur, yeah.
Twin Towers.
KL, the Twin Towers, featured in many a movie. Great. This is what I call the eating capital of the world. Yeah. Try the street food, a great mishmash of different cultures thrown into one. And finally, Singapore. You've got to transfer to the port for a five-star hotel one-night stay to see this magical city. where there's so much to do. It's one of the only cities in the world, one of the 2 cities in the world that retains a patch of virgin rainforest called the Bukit Timah National Park. You've also got the wonderful Marina Bay Sands Hotel. This is this ship that sits on 3 different skyscrapers. It's great for shopping. It's great for the zoo, particularly the night safari. The Singapore Flyer, which you saw. It's an amazing place. And, of course, Raffles Hotel with the Singapore Sling.
Yeah,
sitting in Malumba.
Got the glasses. They're in my kitchen now.
Incredible place, isn't it?
Let's face it, this cruise is the cruise of a lifetime. It's a month. It is so affordable. When you bear in mind, this is a cruise of a lifetime. It's £83 per person per night. You really cannot go wrong. And of course, it's a very special trip as well because, well, one, I'm a huge fan of Holland America. The Rhine is a beautiful ship, but it's this farewell voyage. And don't presume, oh, that means it's an old ship. It's only 21 years old. There are still cruise ships out there that are 30, 40 and 50 years old.
And are just being purchased and moving across to other companies. You're totally right, Paul.
Yeah.
And it's going to have a great atmosphere on board. And the great thing about this as well, if you want to, again, the great thing about Planet Cruise, we can make every single deal bespoke. Look, we can add on a 2-night stay in Venice Mestre at the start and an extra night in Singapore at the end, giving you 2 nights for just $349 per person.
If you're interested in that one, the ID number is 84374. 84374. 2 ways to use that number. You can call the number and talk to the team. If you give them that number, that'll help them get straight through to the particular cruise that you're talking about, because you can imagine they've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. But we want you to be able to pick the ones that we've spoken about on this show. And of course, you can go to the website as well. If you put that ID number in, it takes you immediately to that particular cruise. Let's do a quick recap. We've only got a couple of minutes left. Now, we start off with Royal Caribbean International on board the Explorer of the Seas. Now, we've reduced that price dramatically. Only went down this week. It's an exclusive price reduction as well, because you've got the free car parking as well, and you can get a balcony from as little as $889, but you can get a cruise from as little as $589. That's what we're talking about, £75 per person per night. Then